We of course, we do care about the welfare of the horse. It's one of the main points, so that we can stand properly and say we take care of our horses. But I was, as you also there in Globen, for example, yeah. And I had backstage pass, so I could go there to see how they treated the horses for them. For example, the mouth control and the control after the competition. And there was just one person who was walking with the horse backstage. She was not taking off the mouth, or she was looking if the horse, like they all wear, with white radka in the mouth and so. And she was just looking over and looking, saying that okay, it's okay. And she, in most cases, she was not touching the horses, or it was the grooms who were taking care of them. Here, I have a little bit of feeling that we are handling some sort of criminals when we are taking care of the riders when they come out of the track. They are not allowed to do anything with the horses, not loosen anything. It has to be this person, and they are looking into the mouth overall. And so even, I understand that in Sweden they had a vet check in the morning before on the competition day. But when everything is going right in the competition show, and then have some amateurs or whatever looking into, trying to find something and see if you can disqualify, and so is that the proper way for us in the future, and now we are going further in this direction. I mean, there is a proposal for from the judges that they want to take control with fingers about the halter and so, and we are pointing on with things. Everything is declared on the welfare of the horses, and I say it again, we want to have the welfare as high as we possibly can. But when is too much, you see? Where is this going to stop?
I just want to say one thing first. What I was commenting before to you, Didi, that was the question about how the pre-check was made. So that was what I was answering at. I can follow your way of thinking when you, because I also had the feeling that sometimes the way the horses were checked and the whole atmosphere around it gave a wrong attitude. Of course, it was done in a good meaning, but it has also to do with how you handle the different situations. You have to do it very silently and very properly, and find a good way to do it. And that is, of course, a very excellent example of finding the right practice and the right standards for how to carry on with this. Because we agree with the goal that we should show to the world that we are taking care of the welfare of the horse. But we should also be sure that we do it in a proper way.
If I may a little bit discuss with you there. Let's say that we were placed in Sweden and we were both competing there. We went at 8 o'clock in the morning into the vet check, or you, for example, with a horse, and it was perfect. It was in perfect shape, no marks and nothing, neither in the mouth or the legs or anything. 2 hours later, you went into the track and you were having a beautiful show. You were showing the horse in world class. You are with the best, highest marks, and so there is a white fradka on the horse, nowhere blood or anything, you see. And the judges were giving you a lot of points because of your good riding. Is it fair that there are standing a lot of people then going after this wet check in the morning with no knowledge? Most of it's housewives in the woods or whatever. I mean, but we are also we are saying we want want the welfare of the horse to be very highly regarded, you see. But somewhere we have to place the lines, you see.
I totally agree with you, and in the example you're giving there, it's quite clear that this is, it can seem to be ridiculous to do it. I totally agree. I simply totally agree on that. But this is a good example where we need to have people with a lot of experience describing how they propose to do it. And of course, this is a combination of experienced horse people with experienced vets doing this together, and then find a solution for how to do it, so that it also, both at the same time that we show that we're doing it, and that we're doing it in a proper way, because it's also not welfare to take a very stressed and hard-breathing horse out, open the mouth, etc., etc. That's also not welfare. So we have to find a balance in this. I totally agree, but basically this is a very good example of situations that could be worked much more on, integrated in the work we are doing in the task force process, and find a way to do it. I totally agree on that.
And it's always a little bit, Jens, one has the feeling like after the last World Championship in Switzerland, we got the rumors, more or less the rumors, that there were some riders mishandling the horses backstage. That's why we have to have such much control with judges and so, to look at the trainings and so.
But this is, I mean, if you look at the FEIF system, I don't know it in detail, I must admit that. But there you have a very clear description of officials looking at the training, looking at the different work, also backstage. And of course you can say this is also a way where you can stop bad rumors, to say that there has been officials not pointing out that somebody are criminal, not at all, but to say that we have a system that's secure, that if something appears, then it's registered.
Yeah, yes, I would agree a lot to it, and I agree that there is of course necessary to have some watch there behind on the trainings, but it's always rumors.
Yes.
That something has happened, but when you who, where, what?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know it exactly, but there was somebody who said something.
Yeah.
It's like we increased a lot for the doping test. Was it because there were so many horses doped? We have never had any horse which but we increased that, like we were having, and we tell it in the speaker that we increased the doping test a lot. So people start to think, Jesus Christ, are they doping the horses so much? There has never been found any doped horses on World Championship. So sometimes, even though we think very good, in my meaning, we might treat it better. But by all means, we are all thinking about the welfare of the horse. And I find it a little bit strange also that all these talk about, for example, new bits and new that, we never ask the trainers. It's only the judges or somebody else. Judges, most of them, you would never give them a loose rein if they were sitting on a horse. Because, but they are the experts and moving forward the riding in the world.
There's only one left, so it's okay.
Thinking this is an excellent example when you say we are not asking the riders, but we have sent out this the survey. I know that this is not go detail into it, but it's just to show that we want to force the riders to take responsibility and also talk about it and come with their opinion. I mean, this is what we are trying to do, and make this setup where we give space and possibility for the riders to comment